Greetings, folks. This is Mason Weaver, founder of Leave the Plantation. Go to our site, leavetheplantation.org. We got great news that you don't get anywhere else. We have good research. My merchandise is on sale this month. This is the 17th of March, 2020. And I want to invite you to join us. Go there every day and look at the news. Leave your comments. Because times are getting to the point that we will not be able to communicate on this program, this platform, social media. We're going to have to communicate with each other because you know they're going to cut us off. So as we get through these crises, let's do a little discovery of the crises. Panic is real. Panic is real. Whether the reason for panicking is real is irrelevant. If your neighbor believes that you are a danger to him, that's real danger to you. If your government believes that you are a danger to them, it's a danger to you. So if we believe there is a crisis, that's a crisis because we act a certain way. We hoard food and creates a surplus. Government restricts workers, that creates a surplus. Then the government restricts business. You can't go to work. That creates surplus because you hoard things. I might not have any money next month. I better get this stuff now. And then the government restricts travel, and that creates a crisis because then you can't go to work, goods can't move, and you think that everything's going to run out. Even though manufacturing is still producing products at the same rate, toilet paper is still being produced, paper towels are still being produced, ladies' products are still being produced. But because of the crisis mentality, we go out and buy a month's supply when the factories are only producing things based on your weekly supply. So yes, the factories are slow and they're behind, but the empty shelves at Walmart creates a crisis in your mind, so you buy more stuff. And then the government restricts your ability to be in public. Who decides that you cannot have a gathering of 250 people or 10 people? Who decides that a restaurant has to be 6 feet apart, the tables? The government decides without any authority from you to do so. So now we're obeying because the government says there's a crisis. If the government says there's a crisis, folks, there is. They declare an emergency. And they tell you the facts that causes the emergency. They don't come before us with hearings. You let President Trump declare an emergency. There'll be congressional hearings for 2 months, bringing everybody to testify, putting folks in jail for every error in their testimony, and passing a bill reversing his restrictions. That's what they do. But the government now can declare, they can tell you the business hours of your business. They can close down. I've lost 2 speaking engagements because the events have been closed down. Panic is real. So what do we do? If the panic is real, what do we do? I went to Walmart. I showed the pictures. The Walmart shelves are empty. So what do we do? I was going to move. I was looking to move to Florida or North Carolina, but I'm not moving anytime soon. I don't think I am because this is a great place to be in a panic. Where I live is the perfect place to be in a panic. If the store stops selling food, I have deer in my backyard every morning. I have catfish in my pond. I have rabbits walking by, squirrels coming by. I have shotguns. I got AR-15s. I have weapons. I maybe need to buy a little more ammunition because some of you folks will come visit me. But basically, this is a really great place to be in a crisis. I moved here a decade ago for that reason. This is I'm looking at my window now. It's a very defensible place to be. I'd rather be here than downtown somewhere where everything that you need requires somebody to deliver it to you. And there'll be no more deliveries. Every service you need, medical, dental, requires you to go somewhere close. So that changes my lifestyle. I'm not buying my home. So what else you do? You start hoarding like everybody else. Because if you don't hoard, your neighbors will get all the stuff. If you don't gather the stuff together, your neighbors will get all the stuff. I went to the butcher yesterday and brought a whole lot of beef to put in my freezer. Because I know these crazy folks out here are going to take everything off the shelves. I have a big old bag of medicine that I've been saving for years. Aspirins and hay fever medicine and stuff like that. It's going to come in handy now because you people believe there's a crisis and you're going to go out and spend everything. They tell us to self-quarantine. They want you to control yourself, ladies and gentlemen. They want you to control your own movement voluntarily. They don't even want to arrest you. They want you to voluntarily self-quarantine. And your neighbors will help regulate that. What are you doing out? You're not supposed. You endanger my kids. How dare you come out? They're going to just like cigarettes. Remember they made cigarettes illegal to smoke in bars and restaurants. You go outside, they tell you that 400,000 people a year died of secondhand smoke. 400,000 people a year die, Mason, of secondhand cigarette smoke. I heard it on TV. I heard it. The doctor said that. No, actually, I've never heard a doctor say it, but I've heard people who want you to stop smoking say that. And then the logic comes in. If 450,000 people died of secondhand cigarette smoke, only 2 million die a year of all causes in America. So you're saying that 1/4 of the population of America that dies because the dude next to you is smoking a cigarette. Not you smoking a cigarette. The dude next to you smelling your smoke is going to die because you smoke. Folks, I guarantee you, there is not one death certificate that says cause of death, secondhand cigarette smoke. It's a scam. But we believe it. We believe it. Therefore, we act on it. So we self-regulate ourselves. We self-regulate. And the government sits back and watch us argue with each other and regulate us. And, you know the idea that we cannot have a large gathering, interesting. We cannot have large gathering, but the government can. Isn't that interesting? They're going to put National Guards in the street now at the grocery stores to keep us from rioting. They're going to put, there have not been any riots. There's been no concern, but they're going to put National Guards, I think it's in New York, they're going to put National Guards in the Walmart stores or in the parking lot as a show of force in case we want to riot. But they can gather 250 people. I bet you they're not restricted to 10 National Guards at a time. I bet there's no restriction of the government, of the military. You got military bases, folks, in your neighborhood, in your community, military bases with hundreds of thousands of military personnel there. And they leave the base every day and they go back home or they go to the restaurants or they go to the store. They're not restricted. On Navy ships, you are restricted. They got quarantine cruise ships. You want to go on a real cruise ship, go on an aircraft carrier. And you have 4,000 or 5,000 men and women on that ship. They're not restricted. Why is it just us being restricted? They want you to surrender, folks. Government always wants you to worship them. They want you to honor them. They want you to seek their protection. So they want you to surrender, to obey, and to stay. Now, patriots, are you free or are you slaves? There is not a crisis. There is a panic. But this is the common flu, folks. I'm telling you, it's the common flu. And they speculate, well, maybe the death rate, maybe. Hospital beds are full. That's a lie. The hospital yesterday, go back again today. They're not full because there are no patients. There are people with symptoms. We don't know how many. Then why are you saying how many is going to die if you don't know how many? It's just, this is something they grabbed hold on, folks. They needed this. They needed it. They want to destroy the economy. The stock market is down almost where it was when Obama left office. It is almost, they want to get it to that same rate Obama had artificially. You got 0 interest rates and the stock market dropped 3,000 points. Folks, I'm buying stock, by the way. I like Apple. There's a good price for Apple right now. Please, believe me. You know, panic is real, but our responsibility be real. Let's stay in prayer. Let's remember who's in charge and whose we are. Stay right or be left. Eternity is a long time to be wrong. Clarence A. Mason. God bless you.